And we are live, ladies and gentlemen, episode 71, the Watchers Podcast. WATCHERZ. We're going to do some introductions today. It's a little different. So I'm going to start to my right. To my right. I'm going to give him a second. I'm Tavon Tri-State _ tip on Instagram.
I wasn't ready.
To my right.
Smittywood 365 on Instagram.
Were you here last week, Brian?
I was not.
Well, welcome back, goddammit.
I ain't been here in a month. Maybe longer.
Well, welcome back.
Thank you.
Across from him.
Smitty Green Giant on Instagram.
Okay. Now, ladies and gentlemen, you might think this is Tiger Helly 19. Follow him on the Snapchats, IGZs, or whatever he be saying. Sound right?
Yeah, follow the stripes.
Follow the stripes. But this is not Tiger Helly 19, goddammit, ladies and gentlemen. Go ahead and introduce yourself. To my left.
This is David Reed, Reed1090 on Instagram.
Legend.
He is the invisible member of the Watchers Podcast.
Honorary Miss Invisible member. 6 member. That's when what's his name? Jason joined the Power Rangers. He not Jason though. He not Jason.
No.
Nah, you know what it is?
Jason's on the Power Rangers.
Nah, you know who?
Not all right, Jason. Tommy.
Tommy.
Sorry. Jason the original. Sorry. Tommy. My bad. His name is Jason David Frank.
Oh.
So I be
Okay.
This reminds me of the Family Matters episode with the sister who went up the stairs
And never came
never
back.
came back.
What's her name?
Judy.
Yeah.
I forgot about her.
Yeah, there we go.
Damn.
Yup.
She went up the stairs, never came back. The mom went into the back room, and
Never came back out.
And Rachel closed the restaurant and never came
But
back.
Rachel had some episodes.
But she
in.
just left
that
the
sister.
kid.
I don't even remember.
She left the kid.
She left Richie. Just left Richie there with the
Look,
family.
it was crazy. I was watching some episodes at work, and they was showing. She's like, "Somebody watch Richie while I go do this." I was like, "She was already plotting this. This was already out."
She was going to leave regardless of what happened. She said, Carl, you got this.
But yes, the legendary Dave Reed, ladies and gentlemen, joining us for the first time.
This is monumental.
I'm happy to be here.
We finally got him.
I'm happy to be here. I've been looking forward to this all day.
This will be in the record books. We got to mark this. So
What episode number is this?
71.
Is it?
We don't have Jason here to say it in Spanish for you, but
I could have sworn this
71.
was 69.
No, you was missed. I
missed
don't think.
many?
I don't think you've been out for a little bit.
Yeah, I have.
Tell everybody what
Busy man.
Tell everybody what you've been doing a little bit. So.
Filming.
There you go.
November 15th, it's all going to be on screen. Yes.
About time. Let's
Two
give
more
a round of applause for that. Y'all been working all year, so
Yeah.
y'all been busy.
Yeah, literally the whole year. But it's a good thing, though.
Yeah, for sure. All right, so there's a bunch of stuff we gotta talk about. Really, what we're gonna do is focus on Comic-Con this week. This weekend's San Diego Comic-Con and the events that happened from that. Obviously, Deadpool came out. What we're going to do for that, we're going to talk about that in a separate video because we don't want people to accidentally get spoiled. So if you're looking for any Deadpool review, reactions, or whatever, that'll be a separate video. All right. So what do y'all want to start with Comic-Con? We can start with the juicy stuff up front, or we can work our way into
Let's
it. And
Drop the hammer the same
I'll
way
let
they
you
did
guys
us.
be the...
All right.
Well, what happened? Just to refresh people that didn't get this.
All right.
So we had Marvel panel. Obviously, they talking about their upcoming stuff. DC had some stuff they talked about.
They had a minor one, but it wasn't as.
It wasn't big, but there's still some stuff you could talk about for DC.
Mm-hmm.
We had some TV show announcements. If you're into certain things,
Like The Boys.
The Boys, which is
You getting
pretty
the
good
spin-off,
series.
right?
Soldier Boy is going to spin off. It's called Vault Rising.
All right, well let's start with that then, goddammit, since we're already here.
I want to see this.
Oh, I'm excited for this.
I want to see this.
I tapped out at the season 2.
I think you got to catch up.
You got to catch up.
You got to catch up.
It's
And
been-
the
been
last season, I thought ended pretty well. We had a reaction video, ladies and gentlemen. God damn it, we had a reaction video.
Got a
but
good one too.
but that fell through. But good. I think because the next season is going to be the final season,
Okay.
and the way they kind of set this up, from this finale, it looks pretty like the next season gonna be it.
But I did read, just everywhere damn near that this season was like they feel like they jumped the shark on it.
In terms of what, like,
Just like story.
So this thing
character
is-
It was
underdeveloped.
up and
because
down.
I would probably say just because they only doing 5 seasons,
Mm-hmm.
right, and they are deviating from the comic book in
right.
major,
Okay.
in
Now,
some
that
aspects,
explains it.
in some major aspects actually, and but as far as if they're not planning on doing a 10-year run, which I don't know how much you can do out of that, I'm okay with this.
I think it's good that it's going 5.
Yeah, I'm okay with 5. I'm okay. With
Like the way the ending of season 4 left off, it left you in a good place for the final season. Like it
Like,
set
it
set all the lines.
Yeah,
Okay.
it kind of upped the stakes a little bit, but
I mean, if you're gonna
time.
spoil it, you can. I'm still gonna have to go back. I'm not gonna
no,
remember
it's not
this.
really much to spoil. But in terms of
The
the
fight
stakes
that's going to happen.
and everything coming to a head, you felt it.
You
at
have
the
a
end of that
couple the way the episode you have a couple different sides all fighting. It's just like a whole faction war now.
So now it's not just the butcher versus Homelander.
no.
It's something totally
It's
different.
it's a lot of things at play.
Yeah.
And with that idea, right? How many seasons can you do that? Of just let's just keep going back and forth until
Eventually, they're gonna say
right.
these guys are gonna go with them. They're gonna go
Right.
with them.
I
It's
think
gonna
they're
be going
ending
on one
it. They're-
5 seasons to me sound good.
They're ending it at the right time.
So, outside of that,
King Spawn.
King Spawn. So was that at Comic-Con or was that
It
just,
was announced. They came out with it.
okay? So I know that's the title of the movie
That's the working title.
Working title.
with Jamie
for
Foxx.
Jamie Foxx's Spawn movie.
It's a Blumhouse produced film. Todd McFarlane actually posted the script online.
the script.
The script page.
Oh, okay.
He said
Read it.
No,
No, you
talk
can't.
about a picture.
He put
Probably.
gonna say.
the script page on there. He said the script's done. Now all they got to start doing is casting. I think the budget's been approved, and they're just trying to fill out. I
It's
guess
supposed
fill out
to
the.
be Jamie Foxx and Jeremy Renner, or Jeremy Renner out of it now.
I don't know.
I don't know about Jeremy Renner.
Who was Renner supposed to play? The clown?
No, one of
Probably
the cops.
be the clown.
He was
Probably
one of
wouldn't
the,
be
he was
the
one of the
clown. We'll
cops. He was one of the cops. I think it was Twitch. He was saying he was one of the cops. I can't remember which one.
Okay.
Don't quote me on it, folks. Man, but I know he was playing one of the cops. But that's going to be another interesting one to see, though.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna see it whenever I don't know how far out we are from that, but speaking of remakes, we got a new trailer for that Crow movie. Did you see it?
Oh,
I haven't seen it yet.
good luck.
I might wait for it to come out on streaming.
Is
The
that-
Crow?
Is it
Crow
that
remake,
bad?
the remake?
Oh, I'm not going to pay money for that.
I got to.
I'm going to see it
gonna-
just so we can talk about it. On the show.
I would see it just so we can like talk about it, but at the same time, I'm not like there's some movies I feel like should not be remade, and The Crow is one of them. Like The Crow is a cult classic, and I don't feel like it's nothing you can do to do that movie justice. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you're just pooping on the myth of The Crow at that point.
I think you can do The Crow, but it can't be Eric Draven.
Yeah,
It got to be
a different
somebody
character.
person.
Like
Yeah.
pick a different like you can use that same universe, but pick a different person. Just
Let
say
the lore
Crow-
still exist.
Yeah, let the lore of the Crow, like let the Crow have chosen somebody else for vengeance.
not-
Would you
Eric
put that?
Draven story.
Would you put another Crow in that same city, like where they were?
You talking about from the original?
Yeah, the '94 one.
Yeah.
Nah, I'll go somewhere different.
You would,
Didn't they have a second Crow?
Yeah,
but it was like light years in the future. I
They-
think it was like what, like a 10, 12 year.
yeah, they
on
butchered
time
that.
count.
I never watched it.
It's
Yeah,
bad.
It's bad. It's
never
bad.
watched
I'm pretty sure I've seen it and it's not good. Like it's not. Anytime.
All those-
Was he the same? He's supposed to be Eric Draven still?
no.
It was somebody different?
Yeah.
Okay.
But also, you gotta remember that all those movies were affected by Weinstein.
Because the original director of the movie, of that second movie, they chopped a lot of stuff out of there. And to this day, the guy who even directed the movie and David Goyer wrote it, they disown it. They basically said that they had a lot of studio interference in it. They said what we saw on screen, well, what came out in the theater was not the original movie. So
I got you.
And it was not good.
No,
With
it
And
was-
who
it-
remembers the villain? You didn't
I didn't even watch it.
You didn't watch it either.
what?
and the Crow City Angels?
Oh no,
You never watched
I
it?
watched it, but it was so long ago.
So you don't remember the villain either?
No.
Me either.
I'm
I just remember he was black.
Yeah.
That's the only thing. His
I'm
name-
telling
it-
you now, you'll fall asleep in 10 minutes.
Was
his
it
name or whatever he
was it Ernie Hudson?
No, he was in the first one.
He was in the first one.
He
wasn't
was
in the
helping
second.
in the
He
first.
was
I think
was he the
name-
cop?
His
in the
name
first
was
one?
Richard
Albright.
Brooks. His name was Richard Brooks.
Richard Brooks is the
the
actor
real
or
actor.
the villain?
The actor playing him.
Oh,
His
I gotta
name
see
was Judah Earl. Judah Earl.
You know what I'm surprised we didn't see at Comic-Con yesterday? I was really looking forward to any clips of season 2 of One Piece.
The Netflix adaptation.
Yeah.
Do
I was
Netflix show stuff at Comic Con?
sometimes at Hall H. They'll come.
They
some-
did.
So it's possible that they might do it at New York.
Yeah.
So New York does a lot more shows,
Mm-hmm.
announcements, where San Diego does a lot of movies, a lot of the
The
bigger
actors live that way.
the
It's
bigger
easier to- it's easier to say,
blockbuster
"Here,
stuff.
drive, go get them in the car," opposed to saying we got to fly you from here to there.
Sure.
It's cheaper.
But yeah. But DC did have like some minor things, but it wasn't really like big. I guess they're gonna wait till next year.
Well, they probably felt that Marvel's coming back, and let's let them have their shine. Let's try not to
But they did
bump
drop,
heads, and let's just let them. We'll wait our turn.
But they did drop some things though that caught my attention.
Like what?
Well, let's see. The Batman Cape Crusader show on Amazon.
Okay, that's the animated.
Yeah.
Okay,
It's like a neo-noir show. It's based in the 1940s.
okay.
Okay.
But they're
Batman in the 1940s.
yeah, they want
They be doing stuff like that where they.
Well, wasn't the animated series based in like the 60s?
It was the animated series was an old themey. It wasn't. It was like a noir almost.
Yeah, like the
aspect.
animated series, you had like the round top cars and all that other stuff. It gave off like
they was inspired by that, but
Yeah,
it was
okay.
in like current day.
I see what you're saying.
But this one, they wanted to do something. Well, what has my attention on it is Bruce Timm's behind this. And anybody who knows who Bruce Timm is, he's the guy who started the whole thing off in '92.
Gotcha.
So he's the showrunner of this again.
Okay.
So, but he wanted to do something different, sans the original series, because he basically said we can't top what we did, so we just want to do something a little different.
Yeah, they're trying to see what X-Men '97 did. And
Yeah.
you know what? We can do something like that. We ain't got to be the same, but we
Apparently-
can do a little.
Apparently, they said this is going to be a little grittier,
Yeah,
and
which to me is what DC's avenue should. Well, I don't want to say should be, but that's their avenue to me, right? Where Marvel, and we'll talk about this when we get to Deadpool a little later. Marvel's real thing has been catering toward the wider genre, more letting it be kid friendly. Where DC really didn't have that wall stopping them. They were a little bit edgier, and even in their animated stuff, they've been a little bit more edgier. But
that's
this is a TV series
yeah, it's
on Amazon
It's
Prime.
on Amazon.
Okay, I'm gonna check it out.
They also dropped that. They also dropped a trailer for Creature Commandos,
Right,
which
Look,
is
I'll watch that. I ain't even...
and that's gonna be a part of their new DC universe.
and this is supposed to be like their official kickoff because whoever's playing the animated versions are going to be playing them in live action.
live action versions.
So
And-
this is going to give you a kind of flair and a flavor on what they're going to do.
yeah,
Okay, so that has my attention as well. The animation looks pretty good though on it.
yeah, it didn't look bad.
I'll tell you what, James Gunn is very intelligent. He knows, as a person who worked for Marvel for years, he said, we cannot go into Hall H with nothing less than greatness because we cannot compete with what they're going to put out right now unless we come prepared.
True.
He ain't lying. I mean,
True.
He knows, like James Gunn, and that's why them getting James Gunn to oversee their thing was probably the best decision for them because James Gunn understands.
That's my argument.
James Gunn understands.
That's been
like,
my argument.
Like, listen, like I loved Guardians 1. I loved Guardians 3. Like, you know what I mean?
What about a second?
It was the weakest one in the bunch, the one that James Gunn didn't do. Like,
He didn't do that one?
No,
no,
he didn't.
I don't think he did. I don't
He
think
did.
he
No,
did.
he did.
He did all three.
He did all
Did
three.
he do all three?
Yeah,
he did
they
all
was going to
three.
kick him off. They were going to kick him off.
I think 2 was bad because they fired him
And then he
during
got
the
him
middle
back.
of 2, and then they got him back. But 2 was already like almost done filming at that point when that whole thing went down. But it wasn't his whole influence on 2. It was other people more in the way. But like them hiring James Gunn because he's like realistically, they could have came to Comic-Con with clips from Superman Legacy. They're just about done. Like they're almost done. They got a couple days left of film.
We just saw wires in the shots. You saw it getting hoisted up.
Like they had.
I think they didn't want to get in the pissing match.
No, they didn't.
And
They,
because
like,
maybe they didn't know what Marvel was going to show, and where Marvel at obviously is years ahead of a new universe being built over in DC, and so you don't want to get outshadowed too, right? So let Marvel have it.
Yeah.
They going. Hey, if we got to do another DC universe online, remember the DC Con things they used to do? If we got to do that, we'll do that. We'll have our own day about
What
this.
is it called? Not
I forgot what they
3.
called that damn thing.
They had a big day for it, and then
It had a couple years in a row where
They stopped,
they announced stuff, but hey, they could bring it back.
And Marvel had. I'm sorry, because Marvel had 2 days, right? They did Friday night, and they showed the Deadpool.
They did the Deadpool stuff on Friday.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
So
That
that's
was-
technically 2 nights.
yeah.
So not a lot of people knew that.
No, they was gonna do that. And then the last thing is the Superman and Lois series finale, which I will say, and this show has been, the series is really good.
phenomenal.
If people really sit down and watch it, it is a
Talking about
badass show.
the CW one, right?
Yeah,
Wonderful.
it's a good show, and the guy that's playing Cal is very good in it. And I was really telling people, give this a watch. I think it did better for me in 4 seasons what 10 years of Smallville did.
Ooh.
I'm serious. That's just my personal opinion.
I love Smallville.
I love Smallville too.
Superman Lois is really good. It really it's a great watch. If you have not watched it, it's a great watch. It's one of the few CW shows that actually survived the whole Purge era of all this.
And they're ending it not because it had bad ratings. It's just because James Gunn did not want
two Supermans.
All these crazy variants.
So he better not do an Infinite Earth thing and have 3 different Supermans.
I mean, eventually
You already had him
They
up there.
they may explore that in the future.
I mean, eventually, CW did their own Crisis on Infinite Earths,
Yeah.
and it was multiple Supermen on there, and it was dope.
He better not do it because he canceled them.
I mean,
Why couldn't they keep going if you're gonna?
it's
do
just
that eventually?
it's a part of the messages that you're sending out for your product. You can't. We already got 2 Batman movies coming out around the same time. We gotta kind of
Maybe that's what
you can't have Iron Man and an Iron Man TV show.
Maybe that's what it was. He couldn't stop that. So then he said,
Yeah, he could.
I can stop this. I'm gonna stop
Hear me
that."
out. And this is why I told everybody I got argued with multiple people about why the Flash would fail. Because they had the Flash TV show going while they were trying to promote the movie Flash. And your fan base of a character can't be split in 2 like that, figuring out which version is the best. Because if he doesn't if he doesn't give off a portrayal as good as the Flash as Ezra Miller does, you know what I mean? Or the other way around, it's going to hurt your product overall, especially when you're under the same banner. It's not even like you're like, both these Flashes are under the same DC banner. And now you're arguing which Flash is the better version.
Well, that and Ezra Miller out there.
That's a whole other argument.
I mean,
man.
but like you got I get why they did that. Like the Superman and Lois is such a good show, and it sucks that he couldn't they couldn't keep this show going because I feel like 2 more seasons it would have
been good.
It would have been great for 2 more seasons.
This last episode that they did was, that fight was amazing.
It's all about him and
Doomsday.
Yeah.
And the trailer that they showed more of the brawl that was going on with them 2 on the moon. So,
even just the working title of the series finale. They've got the Superman symbol in space hovering over Earth with his cape just fluttering over it, all torn up,
tattered. Man.
and it looks amazing. I'm like, yo, they're gonna do the
He looking like that.
Because
You don't
No,
like
it's a
Superman?
good. I'm dead serious.
I gotta watch it.
it-
I gotta
You
watch
didn't
it.
watch none of it?
I didn't watch none
any
of it.
Watch the whole thing.
I tried the Supergirl series, but it was too far off removed from like
What was good about
lore
this-
that I remember.
What was good about this is it was its own thing.
Right.
It didn't really feel carried over. It literally was its own.
as a CW person myself who has watched all those shows. Supergirl was trash.
Okay.
Supergirl was not a good show.
Because I couldn't get into it. I tried
never
watching
even
it and I
tried.
couldn't
I
get
still
into it.
hold
never
tight
tried.
that Arrow is the best show that they ever came out
I think
with.
it's
CW.
and then to me, Flash had it for the
Flash
first few
was
seasons,
good.
and then at one point that season was so bad it just fell off. To me.
Because they ran out of credible villains. Because if it wasn't a speedster, outside of they had the one season where they had the Thinker,
That was the season I stopped watching.
What? The Thinker was phenomenal, bro. Like outside of
that
a
was the
regular
season.
speedster villain, bro. If you watch that whole season all the way through, the Thinker was probably one of the best villains they had.
Those
Because-
like first 4 seasons of the Flash was hitting.
oh yeah, like you had Zoom, Reverse Flash,
They was hitting the first 4
Godspeed.
seasons.
Godspeed was so horrible.
Hey, is he the one? Is he the one that just said that they wasted him?
Yes.
Yeah, I remember being mad, and I think that's also when I started tuning out. But I heard they brought him back. I don't know. I stopped.
They had him for one episode. They did like a 1 episode spinoff where he came from the future. Then he dips. Then he comes back, and season 7, he's the season 7 big bad. And
Did they do him right? The season? No.
I mean, they didn't understand the character enough of August Hart to make him like a credible threat. Like,
But he wasn't the same Godspeed from the earlier season that I'm talking about.
no, he was
Because
so,
that for Godspeed, they fucked up to me so bad.
like you gotta like when you got a character like the Flash, like, and I've always said this about heroes and villains. Your villain has got to be credible. He has to like be a true threat to the hero for you to, you know what I mean, for care about what happens to your hero. Like honestly, season 2 of the Flash is probably the best season they had with Zoom.
Yeah.
Because every time Zoom showed up on screen,
Shit happened.
I knew that Barry was going to get his ass whooped. Like, I knew. As soon as Zoom showed up, the first time you see Zoom, he breaks Barry's back, drags him around Central City, holds him up with one arm in front of the police department, and catches bullets with the other hand and said, "This is your hero." Then drags him to the CC newspaper and says, "Take a picture of this." Then takes him back to Star Labs, drops him up, and says, "I'll be back for your speed." Like, that's a hard intro as a villain.
What's that? Mic drop.
Like,
Nah, he really did that.
he really did that. And then all season was just like, even when you thought you got away from Zoom, like when they all won and everything was all good and
was
settled
still there.
and done, he pulled up. As soon as his dad got released from jail, killed his dad. Like he just couldn't let this man be happy.
So I'm gonna be petty today.
He's like, he pulled up. He said, "This ain't over." Flash took his dad, peeled out of there. Like
Wow.
you can't like any real hero needs a good villain.
Yeah.
Like look at all the Avengers movies. Honestly,
True.
the better Avengers movies had dope end game villains.
You know what I'm getting tired of with villains though in some of the movies, especially like action and superhero movies, is that we are supposed to feel bad for them in some kind of way.
For who?
For the
The
villain.
villain?
Why can't the villain just be a bad person?
Like Winter Soldier. Listen,
Not even his
listen.
backstory
You
is
didn't. But the
sympathetic.
thing is, you didn't know that throughout the whole Winter Soldier movie until he gets revealed when the mask comes off. Like we knew that as comic book fans, we knew who it was. Like, but at the same time, to the casual viewer,
They ain't know.
even still, he was whooping their ass all movie long. Anytime he pulled up on their set, he was beating them up.
we need less Winter Soldiers and more T-1000s.
And I get you. Right?
I understand.
I think Marvel
I
did it
need
for the
somebody
first time, really, with when they did Guardians, when they did High Evolutionary. That
Yeah,
was
he was just
that
bad.
was a villain
Yeah.
that
And maybe that's what we felt, right? Where we felt like, yo, this is one of the villains that we
gotta
haven't
go.
felt this. Yeah.
because
gotta go.
because that movie, when we was watching, I was like, yo, if somebody got to put hands on him.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was. Yeah, you're right. I think he's the last one that they've had. Maybe even the first one that they've had. That somebody was like, "Yo, they got to kill him."
What do you feel about Namor?
Oh yeah, I was just about to bring up Namor. Listen,
You feel bad for him too.
no,
I don't know if I felt
'Cause
bad
didn't
for
feel
him.
bad.
All he wanted to do is keep his people from being discovered.
But
But
taken
he
advantage
also understood what he felt and said, fuck it.
1,000%. I was gonna bring up Namor.
He understood the wrong, but he was like, I can't justify it. I
knew-
still got to ride out.
of. But he's still like, to me, he still
Peep this.
didn't. He didn't give me that.
Namor-
I'll kill everybody.
So,
here and don't
I think he
What?
would.
He would.
I think he would.
When Namor
I think I
said-
did get that.
When Namor bodied her mom and then looked at her and said, "You got 48 hours to get your affairs in order. I'll be back." Like, you know what I mean?
But,
Like,
and still, even at the end, he nailed to him and was like,
because he couldn't
I'm
beat her.
good.
It's a difference.
'Cause he got his ass whooped.
Yes, he got
But it
his
was-
ass
But it
whooped.
was based off the fact that he didn't want his people to get hurt.
Nah, if he could have beat her, he would have not kneeled. If he thought he could win,
If he decided, all right, we're good, and then he stabbed her in her back, I'd have been all right with that.
Okay. You want somebody just straight up.
ruthless.
I want somebody I don't want to cheer
I got
for.
you. I
I don't
got
want
you.
to cheer for the bad guy. I want him to get
Okay.
his.
Okay.
That's what I want.
I mean, they've had a few villains like that. I want to say
What,
maybe a
in
few.
the MCU?
Yeah, maybe a few that are just
But
like
it's also partly that they're villains in MCU been hit and miss. You're gonna get one good one for every like 3 or 4 bad ones.
They're all of them are movie of the week villains.
Yeah, so you might got that from like the Thor 2 villain, but he was ass.
Like, you know who was like that, honestly? For me, Hella.
Yeah,
She pulled up, and the first thing she did was break Thor's hammer and said, "It's not what you think, sir." It's not. This is not the.
Ragnarok was dope. I did like Ragnarok.
Like, soon as she pulled, like, and the thing was, you knew, like,
kill her brothers.
like the moment you knew she was not good for, like, shit. When Odin was like, "When I die, your sister is going to pull up. And when she does, it's not going to be pretty." He let them know.
All he didn't do was go.
Like, real, he let them know. He said, "Yo, when I die, your sister is going to pull up here." And the moment he died, she pulled up and said, "Okay."
He threw his hammer. She said,
Shattered it.
Well,
Then was flexing on him, held him down like you're the god of what?
that's it though. Like even her one movie wasn't as memorable as Higher Evolutionaries. Like, I want to see him again.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
her,
I don't know if it's a testament to the actor, the writing, all of the above. Something about him, the conviction, like everything just said, this motherfucker is
You're evil.
just
You know who's a villain that does that for me?
Who?
Reverse Flash. Reverse. I don't feel sorry for Reverse Flash in the slightest.
from the CW one. Yeah.
Period. In the comics, in the CW, anywhere the Reverse Flash shows up in, he's like,
He a hater.
he's a
like the
hater,
number one
to the like.
He
to
will
the
do
max.
something in spite.
On that Mount Rushmore of haters, you got him, Drake.
like the Reverse Flash. This man, like in the CW show, he pulls like when they finally figure out that it's him. He gets up out his wheelchair like nothing ever happened. He's just like, "Look, I'm sorry you had to find out this way, but now you gotta die." Like, for no reason.
He was playing with him the whole season.
The whole like honestly, season 1 of the Flash is peak Flash. Like him trying the whole secret of who's the Reverse Flash.
He was helping him for fun.
For fun. For fun.
He was with him the whole time.
The whole time. And the thing is, honestly, you as the viewer don't know. You have no idea that he's the Reverse
But they put
Flash.
breadcrumbs in there like, give him, gotta get.
Like, every time the Reverse Flash would show up on screen, Harrison Wells would be nowhere to be found. Like, he'd just be like, or he would do the what's it called? Like, when you after him out your body, and he would have his body one place and make a duplicate.
So he could move so
Yes.
fast where it could seem like he was really here, but he was really doing this.
Yeah, like he's fighting Barry in one scene, coaching him on the mic while he's fighting himself. Like, yeah, Barry, just run up the stairs.
He was diabolical.
Why I keep getting hit? This nigga no.
On the other side, he like this.
Like, honestly,
right there. I'll be right there.
Season 3,
What happened?
the season 3 villain was good though. Savitar.
Savitar was good. Yeah.
Like the future Barry, he was just like, every time Barry pulled up anywhere, he was just like, "I'm here. You can't find me."
Right.
Turned his team against them.
I don't know why. I don't know why I couldn't watch
Them first 4 seasons of
was
Barry
peak. Good.
Flash was good,
Good.
man. That shit had me.
I
That shit
skipped.
had me like.
Arrow, Flash.
Arrow,
all
listen,
that.
Arrow
I can
was good.
forgive, I can forgive Flash, but Arrow, they have the best villains. Arrow's villains are top notch. Like Prometheus is.
How they did Deathstroke on there was
Deathstroke was a wonderful, but and I thought Deathstroke was the best villain they had in that whole CW verse until Prometheus came in season 5, because like that he was like the villain you said, like he did not care if he won or lost at all. He was like, as long as I kill people that you love, it does not matter to me if I lose.
Right.
and it was putting a smile on his face.
Putting a smile on his face when he died, he was like,
You know what? I need a villain. I need more villains like Negan. Negan preached
I hear you.
his throats.
Yeah.
That's what I need. I need
I
more
hear you.
villains like that.
But even the way they turned Negan out, so
That's why I said
they,
When I-
they,
throat slash.
yeah,
listen, Negan, when Negan first showed up, that's the first time I looked at the television and was like, yo, he is not playing with y'all. Y'all like he pulled up, he had
And
all
that's-
them on their knees. Like then he played me because I didn't think, like, I read the Walking Dead comics. So I thought he was gonna kill Glenn off
And
rip.
that was it.
And then when he hit Abraham, I was like, "Oh, you're not gonna kill Glenn." I said they're gonna deviate. Then bang! I said, "Oh my god!"
Yeah,
Had
he
Rick
did everybody
tripping.
dirty.
Yeah.
And that's part of that evolution of that comic, right? Is to see how far, society will deviate in the midst of something like this. And as we got in that story, we started with his homeboy. Then we get to the governor. It's just a progression of just straight to evil, right? And
When he swung the bat after he hit Glenn and it got on Rick's face, I said, "Oh, this
Just honestly, the way
He's terrible.
that season started off, because the first scene you get is Rick on top of the RV. And he put him on top of the RV basically and said, "Go figure this shit out." And like Rick's just having flashbacks. So you're getting the story from flashbacks of Rick's mind because it had already happened.
Yeah.
And it was such a great way to introduce Negan as a villain because like the deed's done. Like, you know what I mean? At that point when Rick's on top of the RV, the deed's done. Everything's already been done. And Rick's just up on that RV laying on his back like trying to figure it out, like how all this happened.
because before that they were on top.
But hot take, that's Rick's fault.
What happened? To
Oh, 1,000%.
Yeah.
Hot take. That's all Rick's fault. Rick got this big head by the time Negan came around. Like nobody can mess with them at all, and they was the best. And then Negan said, "Okay, I'm coming down. I'm sick of this."
And when they was like making them turns, and each group got bigger as they kept going, I said, "Oh, they ain't gonna make it."
They
This-
wasn't. But Rick's head was so big. Rick's head was so big at that point.
that was like that was the peak of Walking Dead. They had got their stride, and then shortly after that is when
He nailed the casket shut with his hand, with his bat.
All right, one other thing. So we just jump into this Marvel thing. Just
So yeah,
breeze
let's
through?
let's go ahead and
didn't we?
yeah, we did. But let's get back on let's go to Marvel.
All right.
So
I'll start. Just go down the line real quick. Blade. This is becoming
It
a running
will
joke.
never release.
Blade wasn't talked about during San Diego Comic Con.
They
Okay.
didn't say nothing about. I thought they said
No, they
would
gave
be
a release
rated
date.
R,
They
right?
gave.
They gave a release.
And a rated R rating.
Yeah.
When is it
November
When's the
20th.
release?
It's supposed to
November
November 25th next year.
I don't
Whoa.
personally think it's going to make it.
And a rated R.
Yes.
Well, damn it.
What month is this?
I might be-
July?
It's July. So they got a year and a half basically.
Oh shit. I might be
They got about a year and a half.
That's pushing it.
Unless there's no CGI.
They push it.
nah, because they about to film. They said they filming Fantastic Four.
Yeah, Fantastic
this
Four's
week,
supposed to release
starting
next
this week,
Starts Tuesday.
Tuesday.
and it's supposed
and
to
it's gonna
release in July.
before
Blade.
Blade.
Yeah.
So they moved. They got
look.
they got the money, Brian. They got it.
Look,
This Disney we talking about.
I ain't saying nothing because you've been on set with me. We've done
It's Disney,
we've done
man.
stuff in the day.
They got AI.
So I don't.
They got all that shit.
Bro.
The AI shit and all that. They got it.
I don't think I don't think it's gonna make the release date like Jules was saying.
I don't think it.
It's not.
push-
The November.
No, because they don't. The thing is, every other day, just like
different
something.
news.
They don't even
happens.
have a working script.
direct-
If they get it done,
Or
to me,
director.
if they get it figured out
Mm-hmm.
before November, I think we still gonna get it.
All right. Okay.
before November this year.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we still gonna get it.
All right.
You giving them that long?
yeah.
Yeah,
All
I
right.
think they need a couple more months to.
December, January, February, March, April.
Because if they're just
Okay.
If they needed 6 months to film, if they get everything up in order by November, to
They'll
me,
be
I think
fine.
that'd be.
because you gotta think if they're filming Fantastic Four now, it's supposed to come out in July.
No,
If they,
there have been movies that were still doing After Effects the week of release.
Exactly.
So, okay.
Exactly.
Anything's possible.
Yep.
But
All right.
whew, that's-
Next up is the
That-
Thunderbolt.
Hold on.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm all right with it rated R.
Oh, you are?
It's making me feel a little bit better.
Well,
I mean, it has to be.
it needs to
Yeah.
be.
Well, I was a little skeptical at first. I thought it was going to be PG-13.
If
but
you make
now-
a Blade PG-13 movie, you might as well
I
just
think I'm
not
feeling
make
It ain't
it.
gonna work.
I was just say, see Expendables 3.
Yeah.
What happens
What's the
when you
point?
take the blood and guts out of there?
So we're talking about a vampire hunter.
Mm-hmm.
You cannot make that PG-13. And if they try to advertise it to me as PG-13, I would be disappointed before I even walk into the theater.
and just to double down, and again, I don't want to get too much into it. Deadpool being rated R and half of a billion right now, almost.
Yep.
I think they said, "Fuck it, we're gonna have to do rated R movies too."
They need to.
They need to. They need to take. The thing is, and it's there's somebody said this in the movie theater the other day when we went. I heard them talking about it. They said, I was a kid when I started watching the Avengers. I'm an adult now.
Yeah.
I don't
That's
care
that's
that
the
it's
argument.
rated R. Like, I don't care if this is a little more gritty now. And honestly, in the direction they're going to with the whole, we'll get into it later, with the direction they're going into, it's going to have to be a more gritty take on a lot of these people.
That's
Yeah.
100%.
What's next?
All right. Next up, Thunderbolts.
With the asterisk.
What happened? Did they show the?
So
They changed.
they got the cast out there. I remember.
They brought them all out. They showed some footage, but
not
but
Not to the
they
public.
didn't- not to the public. But they just showed some things where I guess the new Widow was meeting with Oleski. Apparently, it's more like a crime thriller type thing.
Oh, and we now know who bought Avengers Tower.
Who?
It was Julia Dreyfus.
Her
She
character.
did what?
She bought
Val.
Avengers
Oh, she
Tower.
bought it?
Val
Yeah.
brought Avengers Tower.
What her name is?
We try like that was one
But-
of the scenes. She's standing in Avengers Tower.
But the kicker of this thing is the Thunderbolts movie. It was named with an asterisk, and they said they're not going to reveal the name title until it gets closer to.
It probably got something
Premiered.
way too close to.
So they
Something
said
else.
that it's a holdover. They're not saying what it is, but
I like that, honestly. I like having just the asterisk. You don't have to give me nothing else.
Yeah.
Because that's letting me know that this is they are Thunderbolts, but they might not be Thunderbolts. You know what I mean? Just-
Yeah.
so I mean that when they said it's with an asterisk, and then they were just like, it'll all make sense once
They put the movie.
once you start seeing what's going down. But apparently,
Something in the title is probably going to give
throw something away
away for a future movie.
When is the trailer supposed to officially drop?
soon.
I'm not
they
sure.
Didn't say
Did they have a
when.
date for that movie?
Next year? Or not?
Next year. I can't recall.
Kevin
Yeah.
Feige was on stage with a asterisk hat on when he was talking about it.
Yeah, they
He's a
said
troll.
it's
Release May 5th, 2025. So
In between Fantastic Four,
right
and-
before Fantastic Four.
Brave New World.
yeah,
So they dropping 3 movies next year.
4.
What's the fourth movie?
Well, it's
They got Brave New World,
Oh
Fantastic
shit! It
Four,
is 4.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
Thunderbolts, and Blade.
Blade getting pushed back.
Yeah, that's what he said.
So,
Blade.
so hold on. So that whole 2 movie.
No,
like,
that was
already
BS.
wrapped.
That was
I did not tell
BS.
y'all
See,
that.
to me, 2 of these movies should have been out this year,
True.
and they just probably just pushed the now. It's
well
4
because of the
movies.
pandemic.
Well, I don't even say the
pandemic.
pandemic. It's
think-
just fucking delays after
strike.
delays, and
I think they're gonna push Blade no matter what. They're gonna try to get it out because Marvel loves their November.
I don't know,
their
man.
November movies.
I don't
like they
think
love
that's-
either this. Then if Blade doesn't get that slot,
that's what I
another
mean. That's what
movie
I'm
will.
saying. That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
I don't want to.
Something's gonna come out at the end of the year.
Yeah, because like they always got that late year push. Like one of their movies usually.
It
comes
might have
out.
to be Fantastic Four.
No,
What
no,
spot?
no.
There's spots.
This Thunderbolts is May.
They
Fantastic Four is gonna be July.
no. Fantastic Four.
July. It's July.
No,
Yeah, something ain't sticking.
nah.
Something ain't hanging out.
Let Thunderbolts be the
I don't.
summer
I
movie.
think. I think
Let
Thunderbolt should be
Fantastic
the.
Four
I,
be the holiday movie.
I think Thunderbolt should be the holiday movie. I think they
for
should-
the Christmas.
Yes, I think it should be Thunderbolts. I think Fantastic Four should be the summer movie. I feel like it'll kill in the summer.
Now, well, we gotta see what DC's timeline
Oh,
was.
Superman is coming out around that same time.
When
They both dropping.
They both drop in May.
Or I thought
Fantastic
they-
Four is the holiday movie.
Superman.
I would say Fantastic Four a holiday.
If
movie.
you
I
guys,
wouldn't put Fantastic Four against Superman. I'll let Superman rock in the summer. Let
I think.
Thunderbolts rock
Don't
in the
quote
summer.
me.
But it all depends on the trailer. If the trailer is astounding, they can forget it.
All right.
Everybody's gonna.
Then
be,
I
"Oh,
do-
I'm going
then
to see Corn Sweat.
Then I'm gonna say put Fantastic Four in the holiday. If Superman in the summer, put Fantastic Four in the holiday.
All right. Next up is Captain America. They talked a little bit about it, but they didn't really
That's
get in.
February.
Yeah. They didn't get into depth, but they did bring out the entire cast. And Giancarlo
Esposito,
said he was playing
Sidewinder,
Sidewinder.
the leader of the Serpent Society.
So they not cut from the movie now.
Who knows?
I don't know.
I don't think so.
Obviously, he back in.
if they
Back in.
gave him the green light to say who he was and what he was representing, then they didn't cut the
So
surface.
Seth Rollins still might be in it too.
With the Red Hawk in their movie too, right?
They got a lot of
You
people in
might
this fucking movie.
you
now.
might get the Crossbones beginning from Civil War.
Oh, 1,000%.
Or you
The serpents.
might get like the what's it called? Oh my God, what's his name from Iron Man 3 when he had all the robots was fighting at the Iron Man with
Yeah.
I forgot that guy's name.
You talking about the fake
Yeah.
Mandarin?
I think you no.
No, you talking
Are you
about,
talking about two?
The guy who convicted
Aldridge
the-
Killian.
Oh, you talking about
Aldridge Killian.
you-
gonna have
no.
that kinda
He's talking about two.
I'm
He's
talking about at the end of 3. When remember his girl was like
Yeah.
all hot and whatever, something was going
Yeah.
on.
The extremist stuff.
Yeah.
I think
Aldridge.
you might get that version of it at the end.
The way I think that movie's gonna play out, I think it's gonna start off because like I don't think they're gonna blow the White House up the way we seen that early in the movie. So I want to say like the
I think that-
Serpent
yeah.
Society going to start off the movie like establish Sam as a threat, as a good cat.
He gonna knock them off, and
That's who he been fighting. But he probably they obviously not going to get killed. So John, what's his name? What's the Canadian MMA fighter?
Georgia St.
St.
Pierre.
St. Pierre.
Mm.
Remember he was the
Leaper.
leapfrog, whatever his name was.
Oh yeah, oh,
Bad Rock.
oh from
And he kicked off. He kicked off Winter Soldier.
Yeah.
I feel like he should have had more like continuing role because I don't think he ever killed him anyway. But that's what I can see.
Died in the
happening.
Winter Soldier.
The helmet
He
got
didn't.
released.
Did he?
He didn't die.
He didn't die in that movie.
I don't think he died. He knocked him out.
I thought
He
got
knocked him
shot.
out.
He knocked
No, he
him out.
remember he
Knocked him
knocks
out.
him out. He kicks him, and then he flies off out the window, so he doesn't die.
No, I'm not talking about he gets killed by Captain America. I'm talking about didn't he get killed by somebody else?
No.
Like didn't he meet someone in the park and they shoot him?
Was it?
And
Ooh.
I could
I have to go back.
I have
We
to
gotta
go
go
back and
back
watch.
too.
Yeah.
I could have swore he gets killed in like the beginning, like he's demanding more
So-
money. And someone shoots.
So I've heard that they're gonna have 3 suits for
Oh.
Sam.
And
In the beginning of the movie, he's gonna have the white one that we saw in the beginning of the end of Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Mm-hmm.
Then he has a flight suit because I saw the helmet has already got released.
Mm-hmm.
Like they got a helmet with.
Okay.
Looks badass.
Yeah, it does. The helmet looks really good, and then they're gonna have an end of the movie suit. Like
That's gonna
him,
be his
yeah,
definitive
his definitive suit is gonna come at the end of the movie.
And that's the last time we're gonna see him.
who? Was Sam Wilson?
Yeah.
You think so?
He ain't coming back until Avengers and I'm gonna say
Oh,
he ain't
oh,
coming
Doomsday.
back.
I don't know because like from what I've heard about the conversations between him and Thaddeus Ross is that they want Sam to go recruit the new Avengers team. So I'm pretty sure we're gonna see
They
Sam.
want to reinitiate.
Yeah,
They want to make Cap an official government soldier.
they need a new Avengers team, so they're gonna send Sam out. So I'm pretty sure you're gonna see Sam in movies here and there
Ain't that kind of like what they did?
with Tony.
No. With U.S. Agent though.
What made him a
To
government?
me, the government agent team is never going to be the Avengers anymore. It's going to be
A
people
freelance.
that they can get like U.S. agent. Like
Yeah.
that's going to be their government agent team.
Yeah, they're not going to try to.
Sam going to say no, and we did this already type of deal.
I think that Sam is going to go get the Avengers just because he wants to do it. You know what I mean? Because he feels as though, like, after dealing with all the stuff that he's about to deal with in Brave New World, I think he's going to.
I don't know if he's a leader of the new Avengers.
I think so.
To me, it's either going to be Strange. See, but Strange is on some weird shit.
I feel like he's the
it's
most
going to
qualified.
be. It's going to be.
Somebody's gonna have to be an anchor.
I feel like he's the most qualified. If you really look at the team, who else is more qualified than Sam?
Nah,
That's are still around.
it's going to
Yeah.
be the Hulk.
No
It's
one-
going to be.
Thor's a dummy.
But Thor not even around for real.
He not.
He
but
off
like,
world.
It's between Hawkeye and
It's Hulk.
and him.
It's
I'm not following Hawkeye in the battle. Let's just clear this
Oh,
up.
honestly, Hawkeye's been the most even killed.
He
of the
has,
group.
but at the same time, you can't like. If I'm other Avengers,
Who you taking, Falcon or Hawkeye in the fight?
first of all, his name is Captain.
Sorry, my bad.
Oh yeah, cause you corrected me on that the other night. When I said,
You're
we
right. My
thought
bad,
Falcon
my
would
bad,
be
my
more-
bad.
It's
I
Captain
was like,
America
oh my.
Sorry, Captain America,
or
Sam Wilson,
Hawkeye,
or Hawkeye.
Captain America, Sam Wilson.
I think.
I think.
I think Sam.
I think begrudgingly it's gonna be Sam.
Yeah.
Just for the movie's sake, it probably.
Not even
will.
just that. I feel like Sam has done so much work hand in hand wise because he knew he was taking the shield. Like, you know what I mean? He's done so much work hand to hand wise because like he's gonna have to fight a lot of hand to hand combat.
Can he
And
beat U.S. agent?
Hell no.
No, not with it. Without the serum or with the serum.
Yeah, with the serum.
He cooked that.
They
He
both
cooked
they
it.
behind.
He got cooked in
Him
the
and
damn
Winter
suit.
Soldier had to jump in there, and they both was getting wrecked.
I mean, like, what you going to do? The man
If
was.
I'm Thaddeus Ross and I see that footage, I'm hanging up my phone.
Listen,
and I'm calling that motherfucker right
peep
now.
this.
Like, yo,
I'm
I
gonna
saw
call
what
Sen-
you
I'm gonna
did.
call Senchi.
But at the same time, this man was just. There's a difference here, though. Y'all are saying that, but you gotta look at it this way.
You want a shield, Shang-Chi? I get you a new motherfucking shield. It could be whatever color you want.
U.S. agent was trying to kill them, and they weren't trying to kill him. They just wanted the shield. Like that's the difference in the fight right there. Is that they weren't really trying to hurt U.S. agent. They just wanted the shield.
I mean, after he throw you a couple times, you got to change the rules. But you don't got to pull out
This nigga hitting
the
hard.
only one out of the only one. The only one out of the two of them that was really trying to kill at that point was Bucky. Bucky was like, I'm tired of this shit.
He was wrecking him.
Yeah.
He messed up his robot arm and everything.
Yeah, but he couldn't do nothing with the Dora Milaje when they showed up on him.
Wakanda's
no.
long
They-
way to get an arm
they
or
got-
That was
They
before the serum. Though.
No, he had the serum in his body. Yes, he did. Yeah. He was just roid raging out at that point. He had the serum in his body the whole time. He was raging out.
He went full Scott Steiner.
He really did. He really did because when they first hit, he gets the serum earlier. He gets the serum by like episode 3, I want to say.
Oh, that's right. His partner is still alive.
Yes,
Yeah.
and then like he goes like when they faced the Dora Milaje, he was like, "You don't got jurisdiction here." And they was like, "We have jurisdiction wherever we want, wherever the Dora Milaje are." Then cooked him.
Snap.
The worst part was when they did to Bucky when they took his arm off.
They slept him real quick.
She hit him with the his arm just dropped.
I didn't even know that shit could do
She
that.
knew the password.
But to be fair, yo, and honestly, to be fair, Bucky told them. Bucky was like, "Yo, y'all gotta chill, cause they gonna hurt us bad. Like, please chill out."
He knew it.
He knew what they were going to do.
His spider sense was tingling.
No, his black sense was telling him. He been in Wakanda with them. He knows.
All right.
what's
Where
up.
we at? We on Captain America, right?
Yeah, all right. Next
So
up.
wait. In Captain America, we got to see Harrison Ford as Red Hulk.
Yeah.
That's going to be very, very, very,
And we
very
were talking about this. How y'all feel about how y'all think this movie gonna sell?
Oh, I think it's going to sell well.
It's going to depend on whether he's comic accurate or movie accurate.
Who? Harrison
How would you
Ford?
know that?
Like, because don't he he can like knock
Well-
the ground when he walks?
well, the Red
you talking
Hawk.
about?
Red Hawk.
Oh, you talking about Red Hulk?
Oh, power wise, he's a very,
I think they're
very
gonna keep him
They're going to scale him down probably to Hulk.
I
to
don't
whatever
think
the
it
Hulk
is.
is. Probably not as strong, but they're gonna keep him around that.
This is my thing. I don't think you can though. I feel like because if you're gonna do it that way, it's just a rehash of the Hulk. What's different? Like, you know what I mean? What differentiates?
I'm sure they're going to.
It's really his character that makes him different, right? It's I'm smart and I'm still in control of all this power, and I'm an asshole with it. Where with the Hulk, we always had that, that flip flop,
That personality.
that switch,
But
right?
if
Bro
I'm
was unhinged.
if I'm dealing with him, I'm like, I'd rather just be like
But what you get differently with the
Bruce.
with the Bruce Banner Hulk is with that Hulk, you might not know what you're going to get at the end of that day. Like that Hulk might kill everybody type shit. Where this one, he's a threat for sure. He's a threat for sure, but it's to me he's a little bit less of a threat than an unhinged. Totally like if Bruce Banner's dead inside the Hulk and this motherfucker's just running wild, that shit right there will
You got a
probably
bigger
like, kill
problem.
half the world. This one is like I'm still in control. I'm not like stupid, but I'm also an ass.
It's just the thing is, with the matter he gets, his body becomes more like a nuclear reactor. That's why
Yeah.
everybody's saying like he may have blew the White House up in the trailer.
Yeah.
So
1,000%. Like he just
you know that's him.
like just blew the White House ain't just blow up.
It's going to be good. To me,
I
I think the movie's going to be good. I just don't know if it's going
I
to
knew
get
you.
people to get
I don't
out
think you're going to
see.
sell. You don't think it's going to sell.
I don't think people are going to be like, "Oh, I got to go see this opening weekend."
I wasn't excited to see it. I'm still gonna go see it opening weekend.
I think
but
only
just
reason-
not excited to see.
The only reason I think it's going to sell well is because if we're not getting another Marvel movie for the rest of the year, and that's the first one you're going to get in like 9 months after Deadpool and Wolverine, it's going to sell. People that
because people gonna get their fix.
people are going to want their fix for Marvel, and they're going to go and especially if you go and you get reviews that the movie's good, it's going to sell good because you haven't had a Marvel movie in 9 months at that point.
And they still haven't even like fully put out the fact that they're gonna introduce animanium in the movie.
Yeah.
So that's always.
I heard his wings are supposed to
Be made of
be made out of adamantium.
And we also know that since we saw a certain movie that a certain person could be debuting in that movie as like a walk on because they dealing with certain things.
We'll leave
You
it
know
at
what I
that.
mean?
We'll leave it at that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
We'll say that for the spoiler show.
For sure. Again,
All right.
we'll see. I hope for the best for it because this is his first outing. This is going to be his debut starring film. I made that joke. It's going to be starring Anthony Mackie featuring Harrison Ford and cast, right?
You said if
So-
we go to that movie theater and I see that poster and Harrison Ford name first, I'm gonna lose my mind. Y'all couldn't give him one.
So I hope for the best for him, and we'll see if we get another one because originally it was supposed to be 2 Captain America movies. In that original plan, I'm pretty sure I saw that shit. In that 2 years ago, it was one called It was called New World Order,
Yes,
and then it was one called like Red, White, and Blue or some shit like that, right?
I like the New World Order working title more than I like Brave New World.
And also, I think they're getting ready to like try to like smooth out that part where Sharon Carter was was a bad guy and ends up being someone bad at the end of the series. And
they shouldn't.
I don't think they're going to use it anymore. I think they're going to abandon it unless they use some elements of that for the Thunderbolts.
Honestly,
That's why I'm thinking it's an
I think she's
actress.
more closer to the Thunderbolts than
Sharon Carter as a bad guy was the best thing they did in Falcon and the Winter Soldier. I loved it. Like her as the broker, the pawnbroker. I loved that because like she had finally like in my head, and you look at it this way,
She's not her aunt.
Not even just that. She had enough. If you think about all the stuff since Sharon Carter has shown up and in Winter Soldier was just S.H.I.E.L.D. becoming Hydra, the Avengers doing BS every other day, and she got to clean up their mess and do all this other stuff. Like, I would have had enough too.
And she helped Captain America and had to go on a run.
Yeah,
And
like,
so
you know
she
what I
had to
mean?
She had to get some money somewhere.
Lord knows how long she was on the run for after she helped them get to the airport and try to get out the country and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, she was probably on the run till we see her again in Falcon and Winter Soldier. Like, very, like, I loved her. If they get rid of that, that'll be a missed opportunity.
I think they're going to revisit it in something else. All right. Now we got to get to the big boy.
All right, meat and potatoes.
The meat and potatoes. All right. So apparently yesterday at Comic-Con,
Oh, man.
Kevin Feige and the crew came out and they pretty much dropped the mother bomb, or you want to say the spirit bomb, on Comic-Con news yesterday. Robert Downey Jr. is returning as not Tony Stark, Victor Von Doom in a Russo-directed Avengers Part 5, Part 6. Part 5 is titled Doomsday. Part 6 is
Secret
going to
Wars.
be The Secret Wars.
All right.
All right. Now, we had a good bar debate on this yesterday. Well, we was like, let's save it for here.
Let's baby step this real quick.
Okay.
Fantastic Four crew came out first.
Okay.
Okay, so we got to see them. There was some footage shown,
Oh.
which got leaked online. We got to see Galactus for a split second. We get to see the size
Off
of him.
subject, that guy that's playing Galactus is probably he's going to crush it.
He's a good actor, British guy. I can't think of his name.
You ever hear him talk, you can really say
Is it
this-
online still?
You can probably
Yeah.
see it. I'll send you a clip of it from Twitter. We get to see somewhat them in action. I know they really haven't officially started filming the script stuff yet, but they do some stuff either for some sizzle reel or whatever. They have them in
more of
character,
it,
right?
yes.
In video, in character. We get to see a silhouette of the Thing. With the
brow.
You can see the eyebrow in the silhouette.
Okay.
You hear what's his name talk is Reed Richards.
I can't believe
you-
the quotations. Reed Richards. He's not going. Like,
He's not my Reed Richards. That motherfucker from a different universe. That motherfucker right there is not real.
I didn't even look over. He said Reed
He ain't from
Richards.
10005
That
either.
motherfucker right there is not real. Oh, that girl from the airplane. We get to see Vanessa Kirby talk.
The girl from the airplane.
The meme girl. There's a meme from this girl in the airplane months ago, last year.
She was
Real life, not new movie. Some real life shit.
okay. I thought you were talking about
And
the
she
movie.
said that
Okay.
motherfucker is not real.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
not
okay.
real. I know what you're talking about.
I thought you was talking about something.
No,
in the,
no,
okay,
no.
okay.
wrong with him? I'm talking about that Reed Richards, not from my universe. So I ain't
Not my
acknowledging
Reed
him.
Richards.
Yeah. My Reed Richards is John Krasinski.
That's a whole other
with that
argument.
being said,
That's a whole other argument. But
they came out, and then that's when the whole Doom crew came out.
'Cause it bled over like that.
Yeah, they debuted
Hold on.
RDJ
Do you
as
think it actually bled over, or was this intentional? I told both of y'all this yesterday. I said it's real funny how Pedro Pascal posts on Twitter day before yesterday, starting our new mission as the Fantastic Four, and then the next night, Robert Downey Jr. is Doom.
Doom
Y'all
had
don't see the connection? Because I do.
so.
Elaborate, please.
If y'all want to talk about Fantastic Four, feel free. We all know what we're here for. We all know what we're here for and what we come to discuss. So if y'all want to get into it, let's
All right,
go
we'll just-
straight to it.
Do we know the working title for the Fantastic
Oh,
Four?
hate it. I hate it.
It's First Steps.
First Steps.
Oh, first Fantastic Four, First Steps.
Steps.
Hate that fucking name.
I'm not I am a fan.
I see why they're
I see
doing it,
why.
though.
I like if you look at the working title on like the way they laid it out, it looks good.
It
Like,
looks
they're-
pretty. It looks like a
pretty.
Barbie
They just couldn't.
movie.
It
They,
gives
they
you
couldn't use Homecoming.
no. It gives you it
Well,
gives
you know,
you
it's
60s
on
vibes.
it looks like a 60s film, though. It the way how it looks.
And that's how they're shooting it. They wanted to give this retro but future like Jetsons type of vibe almost, right? But
I
First
see
Steps, fantastic. It's too many F's. Fantastic Four First Steps.
where- F you.
No, it don't work. They could have said the Fantastic Four.
It does say the Fantastic Four.
So it's the Fantastic Four
if you
First
look at
Steps.
the working title, it says the
And
Fantastic
then I
Four.
still hate it even more now.
That was insane.
I hate it even more now.
It looks
That
like
first step part is killing me.
the movie. The working title is not great.
It's, nah.
But at the same time, I understand the direction they're going in. I get it.
It's not the first move. What will we first step into?
Who knows?
I mean, they kind of give you a hint about what is going to go on in the movie because, like, one of the dialogues from Pedro Pascal's Reed Richards, he's talking to his classroom, and he's like, "There are other dimensions out there, and there's other universes." And so he's giving you hints that,
And then the kids are like this.
and he's like, "Who wants to see some stuff blow up?"
A wise man said this weekend, the multiverse is a mess.
So hold on, let me see if I can find the quote. But what was also stated, I guess, during this press conference is that it will not be an origin movie. So hold on, let me see if I can find it. It says, nope.
So we're gonna already have. They're
I
gonna
gotta find
already
it.
be.
But it was states that it is not an origin movie. That they will already have their powers established. My thought is they'll probably do flashbacks to pre-powers throughout that movie, because in the little vignette that they showed, you do see like Ben Grimm in human form as well as.
And
then
we
they showed a
never-
rocket ship going in.
and it can work because we never got to see Tom Holland get bit by the spider.
Right.
So
So this,
if it's done right, it can work.
right.
Yeah.
And we got the story told already twice, just like Spider-Man. So we don't need to get the story.
I was thrilled by that. I just couldn't. It's just like I can't see like any origin story that gets played out over and over again. I'm so disgusted with. Like every time I see Martha's Pearls hit the ground on Batman, I lose my mind.
They was, you know,
You gotta keep dying, y'all.
you know what's even better? How they did it with the Hulk movie, like Fast Track. When they did the first one, they
credits.
just put the origin in the credits, and you just went straight to the movie.
Yeah, I
But
remember that.
I guess can we get to the meat and potatoes of all
Yeah,
this?
man.
So go ahead. Robert Downey Jr., Victor Von Doom, go crazy.
Okay.
Ugh.
Look, I dreaded this. Go ahead. Don't pick it back up and speak your mind because we are on the mic now. I knew the moment that Robert Downey Jr. got announced as Dr. Doom that Brian was going to be vindicated in everything that he said to us on Thursday night. Everything. This is I'm not saying I'm not hyped for it because I am, because I feel like Robert Downey Jr. is a Oscar winner actor and he can do any role he sets his mind to, but at the same time this reeks of desperation. You brought back the Russo brothers to do not one Avengers movie, 2 straight Avengers movies, and you had them introduce Tony Stark as basically that they're going with the infamous Iron Man story, but instead of just making him a Tony Stark variant, he's going to be straight on Victor Von Doom, which makes me believe that he's going to move with the Fantastic Four to our current universe.
Agreed.
I don't think he's going to just come in dolo, just show up like, oh, I'm Doom. I'm Doom. He's going to show up with the Fantastic Four.
And he's in the Fantastic Four, right?
My guess is he will.
He
Yes.
he has to be.
They haven't said he is, but
has
he
to
will be in the 2 Avengers movies.
They're so the Fantastic Four and Doctor Doom are so tied close together that you can't have one without the other.
Now we will be having, I don't want to say Apocalypse, Galactus in the Fantastic Four movie.
And another Silver Surfer, but it just
I don't know. Oh yeah, yep, you're right. You're right. It is a different Silver
not
Surfer.
the
Or
guy
not.
version.
It won't be our 616 Silver Surfer is my guess.
Well, 616.
It's not what's his name? Norrin Rand.
Norrin.
Norrin Rad.
It's Shalaba.
It's not. It's the girl.
Okay.
Shalaba.
I just want to throw something out there real quick, okay? I just want to throw something out there. Listen to this.
Mm-hmm.
We got heroin possession, cocaine possession, crack possession, a 357 Magnum possession.
Mm-hmm.
We got how long was he in jail? So he did a year in jail. Who you think I'm describing?
Robert Downey. Mm-hmm. Over Kang. Yeah.
I'm just giving out some of the rap sheet I just quickly Googled that came up. Okay.
Get it? Mm-hmm.
3 years probation. So yeah, he did a year in jail. How many years did Jonathan Majors do in jail?
None.
Zero.
Any weapons charges?
Zero.
Okay. I am a little indifferent. I love Robert Downey Jr.
You're not gonna like what I gotta say about this.
I love Robert Downey Jr. Okay.
I think me and you.
Ever since he did that Tropic Thunder,
Oh.
I don't care if he do blackface or not. For real, for real.
Okay.
Listen to me. They always try
He
to keep us
can
down.
do it again today in a sequel, and I will not be offended about it.
Me neither.
I think though, going back to him, partly because he's looked at as a savior for MCU. Like everything go wrong, let's get Hugh
Robert.
Jackman or Robert Downey Jr. No, we can't do that. This is your time
to get a fresh face to
to
play a new film.
establish credibility with your product and let it stand for what you already put the work in for. Get you a reputable actor. Okay, you can't get Cillian Murphy. Go talk to Daniel Craig. Go talk to whoever in that list is. But why are you going to bring this guy back? And not only do you bring him back, you replaced him effectively. Well, sorry, he's replacing effectively Jonathan Majors, who this whole period should have been
They
tailored
centered.
around,
They centered it around him.
that you dropped before his conviction
Came out.
for one. But for two, we just seen Ezra Miller go through a hell of a 2-year run.
And still got a movie off.
Hell of a 2-year run, and that movie came out still.
I mean, to be perfectly fair, and this is me playing devil's advocate with the Jonathan Major stuff. They were hella patient. They let him film all of Loki season 2, knowing this stuff was going on. They let him film Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania. Like it's not like, and the thing is, yeah, RDJ had all them charges and stuff like that. That was so long ago, before he even got signed to Marvel. Like Iron Man was his saving grace in his career. I will say that, but they don't play with domestic violence. That's one thing they don't.
and they don't.
They
And
don't.
I'm not even saying getting rid of him was the wrong thing to do.
Right.
What I am saying is
It was a wrong thing to fall
you
back.
could have recasted him.
Yeah.
Coleman Domingo openly said, "I'll be it. I'll play it."
He's the only
I'll
one.
play it.
I thought would have killed
To
it.
me, that was a good
Coleman
replacement.
Domingo would have bodied the role.
Bodied
He
it.
might have even been better.
Bodied
Yeah.
He
it.
might have been better.
Like, but the thing is like, I get where they're coming from, and like the only reason why I sit on the side of them having RDJ play Von Doom is because they heard the whispers, just like we be whispering. Like, you know what I mean? They've heard the whispers. Like, just like they're falling off. A lot of their stuff, there's the quality stuff that you was looking forward to, it's all falling off. Like, what's the last Marvel movie outside of No Way Home that really did really well?
Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yep.
That's it.
And that's it. It was just, and the thing is,
Everything else-
and Guardians only did well because it has an established fan base already. The people love the Guardians. The Guardians are are a movie franchise that we love.
And everyone knew it was the end.
Yeah, and we all knew it was the end, so
What
we
I-
were gonna go see it.
What I think Marvel was doing was they were just throwing stuff on the wall
To see what stick.
was going to stick, and they was like, okay, well, we'll try Moon Knight, see if this will work. Okay, we'll try She-Hulk, see if this will work. I think they oversaturated themselves with lower tier writing, and they picked some characters that I really don't think anybody really cared about.
I wouldn't even say that
Yeah.
because I cared
They
about
was-
some of those
They was
characters.
clamoring for Moon Knight.
But
Yeah.
so
But I'm
quantity over quality
Yeah, yeah.
is what I would describe.
all right. If that's you want to put
I
it.
think their biggest mistake with Kang was Ant-Man and Wasp.
Hey, man, that was
You
It was
had
a
to.
terrible
You could.
introduction.
Yes,
that was his death nail
if
right
you,
there.
If you had have brought Kang out there, if he had have killed Scott Lang by the end of that movie, like killed him, then you like look at Kang and you're like, okay,
He ain't nothing to be fucking
he's
with.
nothing to be. He trashed the person that we care about,
Mm-hmm.
somebody that we care about. He could have did it to Janet. He could have did it to Hank. He could even did it to Hope.
The Wasp. Yeah.
Yeah, and I wouldn't have felt if he does it to Scott, somebody I've grown to care about in these movies.
He had to do something.
Yeah, you know what I mean. He didn't kill none of the main cast. All of them survived.
and
The
I think
encounter with
that
Kang,
was
and
the.
you
I
cannot.
don't think he killed. Oh no, he did kill some people.
He killed people that
But-
didn't matter.
But to like Brian was dead on it. He said during that trailer, when you had Ant-Man all bloody and beat down and everything, that should have been Paul Rudd's last film.
Yep.
Yes,
Because if you were going to really establish Kang as a conqueror and as a figurehead, Kang had to off somebody major in there to pretty much bring him in. Sans what happened with Thanos and whatever. If you bring him in as a big bad, he's got to take somebody out.
you got it. He has to kill somebody. Like if he had to kill Scott,
They didn't do it, and that was the missed opportunity right there.
and then having Scott goofy ass defeat him the way he did.
What made it worse, I don't mean to cut you off,
Yeah, you good.
but what made it worse is when Kang was introduced in Ant-Man, and we saw him when he had the cape down and the feet was walking, and then he was basically telling him, was like, I've killed many Avengers before. He said, which one? The one with the hammer? So I'm like, okay, he didn't body some of these dudes before. So this is like nothing to him.
Flexing his kills, and then lose to Scott.
And then
Like,
that's what really just like
He lost to a bunch of ants.
yeah,
You feel me?
No, I ain't lying. I mean,
Like
The,
you
way-
flex.
the way how he was standing when he was talking to him like this, he was like this to open up.
Bro, just like
I'm
like he pulled up talking super heavy and super crazy to Scott. Had me thinking that Scott was gonna die. I was in that theater. We were all in the theater together, and I wanted Scott to die. Like I'm like Scott has to die here. There's no way he escapes this. And when we walked out that theater and Kang got off the way he did, I was so disappointed.
Let me ask y'all this, right? This is a question that they says since last Thursday I've been thinking about, especially when it comes to Ant-Man. Now, what happens in Deadpool with it being, R-rated and, the violence is up, right? Mm-hmm. If that movie comes out before Quantumania, do you think they pull the trigger and kill him then?
Yeah.
I think they wanted to keep that. They want to keep.
Especially since what's her name retired from
They
acting.
want to keep
what's his
Ant-Man
name?
and the Wasp.
And they
But
want to keep.
homegirl retired, so they'll have to recast her when they bring her back. The girl that plays the Wasp, she retired from acting.
What? Evangeline Lilly?
yeah, yeah, she stepped away.
Like,
Well, they want
maybe
him to stay
beginning of
around.
the summer. She retired.
He helped sell the Disneyland tickets.
I know, but
He like
So the
they
action,
want him to.
he
they
had
want-
to.
They want him to be around.
This is the thing. Do you and I'm not calling Scott Lang, Ant-Man, a second tier hero. But if you have to give up one of your second tier heroes to
advance.
establish your big bad, then that's what you got to do sometimes. Like if you have to do that, you have to.
for sure.
I honestly thought that whole movie was to show how dominant this dude
Yes.
was going to be.
That-
Because
we all thought that.
you already named your next Avengers.
You out here
after
getting
him.
finessed by Janet.
And I think
You
and
called the movie Kang Dynasty, so I was really like, yo, they were
Now,
gonna kill
with
him.
that being said,
him hitting the girl is not what got him fired. That movie being bad is what got him fired.
1,000%.
and that was what I was gonna
1,000%.
Yeah, that's not.
It's
the,
because
if this was
it
a-
flopped.
Mhm.
They
we be
wanted
having
him-
we be having a whole different
It's the only
discussion right now.
It's the only three-peat of their movies that didn't hit $1 billion.
yep,
if that movie would have hit a bill,
they would say, "Be quiet. We're gonna keep you quiet until Avengers come out, but you can't say a goddamn word for
Won't
these
have
next 2
him,
years."
won't have him at the premiere.
but honestly,
None
that's
of
the
that.
He
writer's
would have
fault.
been there.
Mm-hmm.
But we got to look at that whole span. It wasn't just that. Thor, with one of the best villains in comic book history,
Oh, they
but like just
They killed the
That's a
God
play on a word.
With one of the greatest actors.
With one of the greatest actors
who could have played Doom.
And we were so. And we
who
was-
could have played Doom.
and we were so. And we. And,
Well, look at that.
and-
Well, look at that, Brian.
And the thing is, it makes me sick is that like my Facebook memories will pop up and Jules will tag us and stuff. And like he tagged us in Thor Love and Thunder. And we were all so hyped. Gore's coming in. He gonna make Thor act right. You know what I mean? And then it's just a joke. Then it's just like they to bring these comic book villains in to demoralize them, to make them look trash. Like you
can't do that.
You can't do that. You have to if you want your villains to be like perfect, like, and I hate keep using this movie as an example, but the Winter Soldier. The first time you see the Winter Soldier on the screen, what does he do?
He tearing stuff up.
Tearing Nick Fury a new one. Like, you know what I mean? To us, Nick Fury is dead. We think he killed Nick Fury. And then when the first time he saw Nick Fury, it didn't work. He came back to Cap's apartment like, you gonna die. Like, there's no
One way or
getting out
another.
of this, buddy.
He's ready to take out. He's
Like
ready to
that
take
meme,
Cap
it's like
from him,
this.
too.
There's no way out of this. Like, like when you have, like, he should have killed Ant-Man. Like,
Yeah.
even if he would have killed
He
like,
damn near was getting ready to body Black Widow until Cap threw the shield.
Yeah.
So he was he was on a mission.
when you're trying to establish somebody that's like going to be playing an integral role in multiple movies and as a very big villain, killing Scott ain't that bad.
But with I can see their argument would have been, hey, this isn't our final Kang. This is just one variant of Kang, and our final Kang is going to be leaps and bounds different.
But
It could have actually been that Kang. My theory is that Kang comes back. Because he didn't, I don't want to say he died, he evaporated and went somewhere. And my theory this whole time has been back in the Shang-Chi movie at the end, at the end of that after credit, it was him, Hulk, and all them trying to figure out where this beacon coming from. And my idea is that he was sending that beacon back out because remember the little girl found a beacon first in Ant-Man, and that's what ended up sending. That's why they end up going into the. And I'm thinking the same thing happened, but now it's the
him
Avengers
trying to
group.
get
And when he comes back out, that's when we're going to get the 2.0 version of whoever this Kang is, wherever he's been at, right?
And no, I mean, cut the start off. Go ahead.
like if they're gonna have like RDJ as Dr. Doom, they gotta have him do the first time he ever shows up in any film that he's gonna show up in, and I
He gotta
promise
be
you,
a
it's-
different-
Yeah, it's gonna be before Doomsday. He's gonna show up in one of these.
He's going to be in Avengers. I mean, sorry, Fantastic Four.
He's gotta body some, like he's gotta do some villainous act
Yeah.
to establish him as like, I'm not playing with y'all.
Since you just brought that up about the beacon coming, I know this is a stretch. I know it ain't gonna happen. Well, when I'm over here thinking like, okay, the beacon wasn't for Kang, it was actually for Galactus. It has something to do with him.
I think they dropping that whole
The lady coming first, the herald come first. She's coming looking for the 10 rings. She don't find that. She finds the Fantastic Four. Hold on. And then we don't see it happen off screen or on screen, but off screen, their new Dr. Doom has the 10 ring.
I think they dropping all that shit. I think they dropping Shang-Chi 2 now.
Nah,
because
that
of
ain't
that.
gonna get dropped.
Oh no.
I think Shang-Chi 2 was supposed to introduce Kang again.
Yeah, well, he was supposed to fought him and lost, and
Yeah.
then he was supposed to have been trying to get back to fighting him again.
Yeah.
But it's crazy.
So I
they
don't-
only
I don't
announced
know.
4 films, so
I don't know.
who knows?
And
what,
again,
what else?
Avengers 1 or whatever we're calling it, Doomsday is 2026.
And
So
then-
we got 4 movies next year. Shang-Chi ain't coming out next year.
And
So we getting the 4 movies next year. 2026 is the first Avengers.
think we'll get
The next
one
year after
movie
that is
that'll tie over.
the Secret Wars.
So if
well,
we got
he gotta
4
be in
movies,
something.
if we got 4 movies next year, I feel like
There's nothing else coming out next year.
I feel like no, just 4 movies next year. I know how they run the Avengers. Avengers will probably come out in like May of that year. I'm pretty sure we'll get a movie in February. Of
Spider-Man.
February and the end of the year, we're gonna get a Spider-Man, and we'll see what happens with Blade. But we're gonna get a Spider-Man, and
Speaking
then Avengers. Then we'll probably one more year toward the end of the year. Movie at the end of the year.
Speaking of Robert Downey playing Doctor Doom, and he's going to eventually face off against Falcon or Captain America, Spider-Man, Thor.
Yeah.
All those guys are going to
Don't we
come
know
through.
you from somewhere?
Yes,
Exactly.
Yeah,
That's what's gonna happen.
Exactly.
that's the. I think that's the
And that's
best
what's gonna
part
happen.
of it.
If they do it where they don't recognize him and it's
No, they're gonna recognize him, and it's
that
gonna
will
be.
that's
We're
gonna
not trying to kill him, but he basically going U.S. agent him like they like.
If they fight
We just
him-
want the we just want the shield.
So
if they fight him, especially when it's if it's Tom Holland Spider-Man and
Yeah.
him face to face,
They're all gonna be
and they don't
timid
acknowledge
in
the fact
fight.
that he looks like somebody
No,
that they
no,
know,
no,
the
no.
MCU
I
is
think-
dead.
they're gonna notice him.
they're
They're
gonna
done.
know. They
And
wouldn't
they all
have
gonna
cast
say
him
the
if that
same
wasn't
thing.
the
Done.
case. They would.
And he gonna keep saying, "I'm not Bucky."
people are gonna laugh. People are gonna laugh at them, and then it's gonna come out like, okay, people are gonna say, okay, these guys couldn't cast who they wanted to. They grabbed someone who easily took a
Nah,
check,
they
I
smarter
think-
than
and that's
that. They're
gonna
not doing
turn
I think
everybody off.
DJ is gonna like go full in for this role. I even think he's
Of
gonna,
course,
I think
he
he's gonna,
has to.
I think
He
he's
has.
gonna bulk up and add some muscle to
He
it.
not.
He-
He not.
He got to do something.
You don't think so?
I don't think he
he
gonna
is.
bulk up.
I think he'll bulk up.
He
a
gonna
little
do
bit.
his routine that he's been doing, but he never.
I think he's gonna add a little bit of muscle because, like, I feel like he
Maybe.
needs to be like a little bit more.
He's going to have to be a little bit more malevolent.
Maybe.
He's going to have to turn. He's going to have to be a full asshole.
because Doom is a physical threat as well as a like you know what I mean. Like he pulls up like and you can know
For sure.
it's Doom
For sure.
So like I feel like he's got to like add something to his differential to make yourself different from Iron Man.
And he's in. Well, it's not official that he's in Fantastic Four.
It's not official.
But-
They didn't say it, but you can probably bet
Read
that
between
he-
the lines.
All
Yeah.
I know is they got 120 pages to make something make sense.
Brian, we're gonna talk about some stuff in Deadpool conversation, but
That's the only way I can see.
you
it.
know what? Look. I'm gonna go see it,
Mm-hmm.
and again, I love Robert Downey Jr., so it could be worse. But to me, this was a misstep.
And
I think we could have got another credible actor to
Yeah.
play this character. To me, this is just a holdover
Yeah.
because let me tell you what, I don't think he go past
that movie.
Secret Wars.
Yeah.
I don't think Robert Downey Jr. makes it past Secret Wars.
And then it's a wasted Doom.
And then it's either going to
It's
be
not a
no more
wasted
Doom, or we get a new Doom anyway.
I don't think it's a wasted Doom.
We've gotten okay. Do you think that the end of season 2 of Low Key bookends Kang?
Yeah,
I guess.
I
That's,
think we get
I guess
done
that's
with the
what
story.
they're
That's how
doing.
they end it.
Okay.
I'm assuming
Because he never gets the book, so his mind as a kid never gets altered. So that might have.
That's the end of it. Yep.
Damn.
They-
Which sucks. Which sucks.
He
Which
got
sucks, but they
86
did it
in the-
right.
He got 86 in the TV show that people probably don't even remember that element happened. Oh man.
I mean,
But-
it sucks, but they did it right.
I think
Yeah.
we only get really just the two Avengers movies of Robert Downey Jr. And he gonna power up. He gonna be an asshole.
He gonna
I
be the
get it.
main villain for both those
He
movies.
gonna be the main villain for both.
Because in Secret Wars in the comics, Doom was the
So
arch-
he's
the
one of
architect.
the main
He's the
catalysts.
architect.
Yeah,
catalyst of the whole thing.
and then there's a superpower version of Doom. I can't think of
Was
his
it?
name. Like not Conqueror Doom.
Was it
There's
Superior Doom or
Superior Doom, something like
That's gonna be played by Tom Cruise.
Hey, I wouldn't have been mad at Tom Cruise playing Doom. I don't give a fuck
So
anymore.
what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go watch that video again and see if it's gonna be another face under that mask when he pulls it off.
But yeah, to me, so now I'm really worried about post Secret Wars. Do we get a different Doom, or is that the end of Doom?
I think
We only
it's
get
the
we
end
only
of
get
Doom.
we
I
only get
think-
Doom for
I
2
think we get a
years.
lot of different characters.
We
I
only
think
get Doom for 2 years though.
Yeah, but I don't. But this is the thing though.
I
We're
think
getting- it's going to be more than 2 movies, and I'm fine with that because they're going to have Doom. You're going to establish Doom as a threat. You have to.
they're going to put him in.
And now we gonna be stuck with these 60s as Fantastic Four in
Oh
our
my
line.
God, you really don't like the Fantastic
I
Four.
fucking, it's so and no Doom.
Maybe
So what
they
they
get-
gonna be doing?
maybe
It's
they
gonna
get
be-
frozen
it's gonna
in
be-
ice.
with no Doom. With no Doom, it's gonna be. We're gonna have another Fantastic Four movie with no Doom, and we did Galactus. So who else we really care about when it comes to Fantastic Four?
Yeah, who
you
you're
really
right.
care about?
I don't know.
All right,
I agree.
I just got one.
agree.
I just one.
You need Doom.
I mean, you got
Doom is such a fantastic villain that he helps Fantastic Four be credible.
He does, but you got so many different storylines with Fantastic Four. You
But
got
don't
versions of
nobody
the
really care
Fantastic
about
Four where
him.
She-Hulk joined all this.
No, nobody really care about Fantastic Four.
I love the Fantastic.
So would you say that all of this, trying to make sense of it is really just the whole mess? Isn't it just a mess?
It bleeds into that. Yes, it does.
It's a crying shame how much
And
of a
but
mess it is.
I will say, Secret Wars will put it into that. At the end,
that you're hoping.
At the end of Secret Wars, there will be a definitive
Brian,
timeline.
I'll
What I
say
think
this.
they're doing is they're slowly purging away a lot of this stuff, little by little.
I'll say this on Mike, Brian.
Go ahead, Dave.
On Thursday when we had this whole debate, I wasn't sure if it was a mess until last night. And then I realized how much of a mess this shit really is. Like, I sat there and we were all talking about it at the bar last night. And I was just like, bro, this is a mess. Like, why would they do this? I said, like, all they did was, like,
Put a
justify
Band-Aid.
everything you
It's a
said.
Band-Aid.
It's a Band-Aid.
It's a
Like,
Band-Aid.
honestly, it's the biggest Band-Aid you
Russos,
could pick.
everything.
The Russo.
And I like the Russos.
I love the Russos.
And I'm good with them doing Avengers.
I'm glad they are doing it, just because, like you
However-
said, it's
a two-man job.
It's a two-man job.
However,
But you're
why
relying
are
on
we not saying, hey, Ryan Coogler,
Coulda
let's
did
give
this.
you a shot at something bigger? Just, hey, maybe he can do it. We don't know. Or what's the other cat that they
Because
had?
wasn't he supposed to do the Kang Dynasty?
It was two
He was-
movies.
he was
the
supposed
one
to
from
have done
Shang-Chi had
X-Men.
one, and then
He was supposed to have done Kang Dynasty.
yes,
Mm-hmm.
the Shang-Chi director had Kang Dynasty, and they never announced the Secret Wars one. And I kept saying, well, let's talk to Ryan Coogler. Maybe he can do it.
But Ryan Coogler turned down X-Men.
Oh, see.
Did he?
Yeah. He didn't want to do the team. He wanted to do individuals. So
Fair enough. Fair
there's
enough.
that.
I guess. But
I mean, nobody does.
maybe he
team
wanted
better than
Avengers.
Russos.
Maybe he wanted Avengers. He said, I don't want to do X-Men. I
Didn't
want
the
to do
Russos?
Avengers.
Didn't the Russos do Civil
Ryan
War?
Coogler?
Yeah.
The Russos did Civil War, right? The Russos do very well with ensemble casts.
Yeah,
Like,
they come from TV.
So that's no. They come from a comedy background. So
Not even from the comedy
No, but
background,
just-
but
yeah,
just,
they know how to do
they
a
come
talk,
from where you got one person, you got all these other players around them, but you got to make them all important. So that's easy for them.
And again, it's two of them.
There's two
More,
minds.
yeah. So I get it, and I'm good with that selection. I am very good with the
It's a
selection. of the
safe
comeback.
pick.
However,
they could have went.
after Secret Wars, and we start talking, what's the future of Marvel? We can't keep saying we got the Russos back. We got the Russos
It's
back.
not gonna be them no more. Yeah, you're
Come
right.
on, man. Come on. Y'all gotta show us that your products can stand on your own. And like
Their own
y'all
merit.
got like y'all at least are getting the right talent. Because once Russos get out the picture, we start seeing Thor shit again. And like, bro, all right, just matter of fact, just when you say Marvel, just say /Russos.
All right, I'm gonna throw this out there.
And every Marvel emblem, just say /Russos at that point.
They might get their names in the heading.
All right, I'm gonna throw this out there real quick. Do y'all think after the Secret Wars, are we going to be in a mutant era?
yeah,
Yes.
I think the
1000%.
mutant era is now.
I think the mutant.
But do
Era
you
is
think
now.
it's going to be pushed to the forefront?
Yes.
That's going to be the next.
I think.
Oh, yeah.
I think
I think-
Avengers movies will die down, not as frequent, or probably not even every 4 years. It will be X-Men movies, but then we will get to an X-Men versus Avengers. What Avengers look like at that point is something different. But I think that's 4 or 5 years
Because
down the
on
line.
my mindset, and I have been saying this from day one, I said if y'all going to do an X-Men film, use the original 5 members. And think, who was it? Was it Dave?
Yeah.
Somebody was saying, make Scott the credible hero in this.
Yes.
Or make him the leader. Make
Yes.
him the guy that's going to stand out. Because now if you bring in Wolverine, who is going to basically butt heads with him.
The reason, like I was saying, talking to you about it. I'm sorry to cut you off.
No, you good.
The reason Wolverine always becomes the MC of these movies is because they always host Scott every single time. It's the truth though. Every movie that Scott has been in, Scott Summers has gotten hoed. Like if you look back at the original X-Men movies, Scott Summers is a whiny baby that is mad because Logan's looking at my girl. It's not fair.
Professor,
He-
Now,
Professor.
he's actually mad at the wrong person.
He really is. You should be mad at your girl. Jean Grey the one influencing this.
Hey, but that's Jean Grey though. She gonna be like, what?
Mm-hmm.
And I forgot what I was talking
You
about.
don't remember that?
I forgot what I was talking about.
Scott, like,
You don't know
the
nothing
way-
about that.
If they
That's the
portray-
wrong one.
If they portray, if they portray
See how you
Scott,
thinking
Scott
everything.
the way they did in X-Men '97, it'll be beautiful. Like that way, because of X-Men '97, Logan was a side character. Scott was the MC of that show.
Yeah,
Realistically,
he got his shine on.
he did. From the moment the show started off, you could tell it was given. Scott was given heavy main character vibes, while Logan was his sidekick. And it sucks,
But
that's
they brought him. They
it
brought him
ends to
on.
the end.
Maybe that was intentional.
It was.
It was.
It was. And I think
that's how that the X-Men should be. I keep saying
So-
everybody gonna get pissed off at me when I keep saying this.
No,
like,
we-
use the
we-
original 5 members.
we talked about it, and this is the affliction that the original Fox movies had. You had to have Wolverine, or the movie was a little suspect. And
that's-
they built Wolverine up. So this is
And-
what happened with DC. And I said, don't put Superman first, because y'all gonna have the same Wolverine problem that y'all had, right? Or y'all gonna have the same thing that Wolverine got with Fox, where if you're gonna be so dependent on one or two characters, you're gonna be so dependent on Batman and Superman to save your universe that when something else come out, people ain't gonna care about it. Or is what's the after credit? Is it gonna show such as okay?
You
we
know
get
what?
there's a hierarchy. There's A tier, B tier, whatever, right?
You know-
But there are so many great stories. There are so many great stories to be told from comic books that you can take a group like the Guardians of the Galaxy, who nobody cared about before 7-8 years ago. Tell me that you even knew about Guardians of the Galaxy before 8 years ago. You couldn't tell me two of the names, right? Now today,
Star-Lord, maybe.
sure,
I didn't
but
know none of them.
you couldn't tell me a storyline from them. You couldn't tell me anything about them. But what James Gunn and Marvel did, they made relatable stories with great characters, great character arcs, and said, look, there's more to comic books than fucking just Iron Man, Wolverine.
And with and to add on that, I think with my favorite X-Men film that they did was First Class. It's just because they didn't have to rely on any of the big members, they used the actual characters and they told a good story with it.
I think mine might have been even though it was a more Wolverine centric movie, and I don't want to say that because I feel like everybody else played a big part. It's probably Days of Future Past. I love that. I love the way they portrayed everybody. Like, you had a Charles Xavier coming back from like him not wanting to be Charles Xavier no more. You know what I mean? Young Beast. You got Magneto getting locked up, Quicksilver. Like, and I feel like every one of them, Wolverine was the main character, but you cared so much about what happened to everybody else other than Wolverine.
And I think Marvel has to do that with this X-Men movie.
Yeah.
They have to do a reverse of what Fox did.
And build it around the original 5.
Yeah. That's me.
I would even, like I said, I'm almost flirting with the idea of not putting him Wolverine in the first movie, or you've heard it said, put him at the end. Don't have him in most of the movie. Give him out the last quarter of the movie. That's about it.
You can bring him into the second
But
one. Or
there needs to be a team established, in my opinion.
you got to care for them first.
I think the way I would go about it is you have the X-Men movie start off. You have the original 5 members. You have Scott leading the team with Professor X giving him instructions from, you know what I mean, wherever he's at. And then they go through the movie. They have their big bad, whoever that's going to be. They go through the first act, second act. Maybe towards the end of the second act is when they come across Wolverine. And you know what I mean? At first, because the way Wolverine comes off in the comics, he's standoffish. He don't want to join them. Like, you know what I mean? You have him rebel, like, I'm not joining y'all. And that's where him and Scott clash come in, because Scott's like, well, if you don't want to be on our team, hit the road, buddy. Like, and that's that you need. You can't have especially with Scott being the leader, you can't have a non-confident Scott. And that's been the biggest problem with the movie Scott, is that he always seems like unsure of himself. Or not like, I'm not.
Well, that's really like the whole 90s till recent. Everybody's been thinking of Scott as always being
incompetent.
yes.
An incompetent leader, which I don't like, because like you had him in X-Men 97, he's sliding with his beams. He using his beams,
Which
to
is
slide
consciously,
back.
I feel that they wrote to make sure to say, look,
He's the guy.
we got to change this narrative about Scott, especially with how they've been giving him treatment in new comics today with some of the stuff that's in the new storylines that we haven't even seen on film yet.
But they hold Jean Grey. They said every time Jean Grey come on screen, she's like, "Huh." And just-
She was really mentally disturbed.
Yeah, every time she was on screen, and just passed out in the Scott's arms. Scott. Oh.
All right. Anything left on Robert Downey Jr. before we get up out of here and transition to Deadpool? Just
His bank account's a lot fatter.
Yeah.
we live with it, right?
Live with
It
it.
wasn't our first choice, but we'll live with it.
Yeah.
We'll live with it.
All right, once I see him on screen and the whole Doom get up, I think I'll be more okay with it.
And I hope he doesn't give us the same kind
Vibe
of
Iron Man.
Yeah,
I need
got to be a totally
I need
different
evil
personality.
Yeah, I need that out at the end of this movie. I'm like, damn, I wish they had killed him.
I need him stripping vibranium from Wakanda. Like, I need him pulling up a Wakanda, like, give me your vibranium.
And I almost thought he wasn't trying to laugh, but he had to smile because it was just like probably just a good feeling for him. But I felt like he wasn't trying to smile at the press.
Oh, he wasn't. No. When he first took off the mask,
he wasn't trying to smile.
He was not. He was trying to be as serious as possible.
I think he's gonna have a post-credit scene in Brave New World.
I said that. I'm telling
possible.
you.
I think that's
very
gonna
possible.
happen.
But how do we get that if he's in Fantastic Four's universe? That's where I'm like,
We'll see.
Maybe
They got a
the
very interesting time right
maybe
now.
the post-credit scene is a scene from, because
That
remember they
universe?
did that.
Okay.
Remember they did that in what movie was it?
Where they had the Age
Civil
of
War.
Ultron.
It was
no,
in the Age of
Marvel's.
Ultron.
Oh,
When they did the Civil War scene, because they had Bucky, they finally caught up with Bucky, and it's Sam, Bucky, and Cap all talking, and while Bucky's arm is stuck under the thing.
Oh, yeah,
remember?
yeah.
That's how they introduced that. They were like, we've been looking for you for a long time, Bucky, and Bucky's like, I didn't kill him, like, you know what I mean? I didn't do this stuff, like, and that's how they maybe at the end of Brave New World, you get flashback to the '60s, and you get.
but I think they're a whole different universe, not even just a different time.
Yeah, of course. But it don't matter.
To me, it'll
It's
be
a
like
mess.
the Marvel.
It's a mess. It don't matter. Like, they don't care. It's a the way they're portraying this, it's a multiversal saga. They don't care.
What they're saying is trust us to lead you to the right path. And me being at the end of the line, I have questions.
Yeah, I got
Like
you.
he said, is there any questions? I got my hand up and he ain't called on me yet. So just
Like I highlight once you see Doom in the suit and you see him like
We gonna
making
feel
moves,
better, but-
you'll feel better.
I need the interactions.
I need a Pedro Pascal in him interaction.
Need the-
I know you just do.
and even if it was like somebody different, it's like still, what is he going to do? What is Dr. Doom's presence going to be in this movie? Because you're only going to have him for 2 months.
So
I need him to choke Reed
really,
up.
really,
Get grab Reed by the neck.
really, it's going to come down to whatever he schemes. It got to be like legit, like, oh shit, we ain't see this coming type shit, and which is what Doctor Doom's like really good for, right? But with that and the Secret Wars, some of that Secret Wars storyline, I feel is so that Namor, Doctor Doom, Reed Richards, Sue Storm dynamic.
They're gonna be
play.
there?
No, I think they're gonna
You
be
don't think it's
involved.
there?
So Namor got a thing with Sue Storm.
Yeah.
And that's going to play a big deal. And I think Doctor Doom is going to play onto that and kind
Try
of
to
recruit
make something
Namor and get some other shit moving. So I think that's going to play. I might be giving a little too much, but I think that's going to be a good dynamic for
Oh,
sure.
listen, when Doom go get Namor and Namor gonna be with the shit too. He
Yeah,
gonna be like,
yeah.
all right, I'm ready to go. I don't like the surface dwellers anyway. So we can do this, dude.
I think it's going to be good. That part's going to be good. It's just after that, I feel like we could have just got a good actor and we could have still had a Doom going forward. To
Before
me,
we move-
I don't see Robert Downey after Secret War.
Before we move forward, you know what the one Avenger that is like lost in the mix of all this?
Who?
Doctor Strange.
Say no. Nah,
Like, I don't think
You know what? Oh,
Damn.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Oh,
Listen,
no, I'm sorry. Yeah. No, you said that because Strange and him deal with that mysticism shit.
yes.
So I wonder if they're going to have them fight.
They're gonna have it.
They're going to have to.
Yeah.
That's going.
He gonna know how to counteract them.
because Doom has something.
Yeah, he
For
gonna
all of them.
I hope. Oh my God! I hope that this ain't gonna be something where Doctor Doom takes possession of the Fox characters and brings them out to fight.
Nah,
Stop it.
I hope that's not. If they do another mind control
I don't
fight
think it's
thing,
gonna be mind control.
I'm out of there.
I
I'm
think
gone.
he's gonna. I don't think he's gonna mind control them. I think he's gonna willingly manipulate them to come to his
I
side.
think he's gonna be like, yo, if you don't murk this other universe, your universe gonna die.
like
Type
with
shit.
Namor.
Doom
like
was
the
a
way-
We
mad
need you to
manipulator,
fight
though.
these niggas
Like
because
the-
if we do, because if you don't, your universe gonna
like
die.
the way he gonna get Namor. He gonna be like this. You already lost the Black Panther once. You don't
Nah,
have to
because
lose
Doom is
again.
he's
Nah,
a
he gonna say that.
manipulator.
He said, "I know how you be looking at them white girls. I got a whole gang of them in the back. Let's go ahead and do this.
Him like
Oh, what you want her right there at the Ford
you like
costume.
you like that
I
you like
got you. I'm gonna snap my fingers.
you like that
Come over here.
Wakanda throne?
Mm-hmm.
I know you do. I do too. You can have it. I just want the vibranium. Straight up, just give me the vibranium.
It's going to be an interesting time for however they do this, though. I mean,
All right.
I'm
Well,
excited
You
and
got to
nervous
wait
at the
till
same time.
February. 'Cause
yeah.
I don't think you're gonna see nothing else past that, or before that anyway.
All right.
We know it ain't because ain't no more movies come out this year, right?
We got some
Nah,
TV
we're done.
shows, but that's it.
All right. We're at an hour and a half.
All right.
So let's wrap this up so we can go over to the Deadpool convo. But yes, comment your thoughts on any of the Comic-Con news
Shenanigans.
that we got this weekend. So yeah, let's call it an episode. Episode 71, ladies and gentlemen. That's the Watchers Podcast, WATCHERZ.
The David Reed edition.
Well, that's a funny one. I enjoyed it, y'all. This was fun. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the dialogue.
I'm Tavon Tri-State _tip. To my right,
Who am I? Oh, Smittywood 365. It was great to be back.
across from him,
All right. Smitty Green Giant on Instagram.
and to his right, ladies and gentlemen.
Read 1090 on Instagram.
All right. Till next episode, everybody enjoy your week and peace.